Have you ever noticed how easy it is for someone to steal your peace in a single moment? A careless word, an insult, a misunderstanding, or even a simple look can flip your emotions upside down and drag you into anger, frustration, or anxiety. Most of us live like puppets reacting to every pull of the strings, letting people and circumstances dictate how we feel, how we act, and sometimes even who we become. But imagine a life where nothing could shake you, where insults bounced off you, where pressure only sharpened your focus, and where instead of reacting to the chaos around you, you choose calmness, silence, and power. That is the art of emotional control, the hidden strength that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. The truth is, reacting is easy. Anyone can explode in anger or drown in sadness, but not reacting requires wisdom, discipline, and self mastery. It is the difference between living like a slave to impulses and living like the master of your destiny. The greatest victories in life are not won by those who shout. The greatest victories in life are not won by those who shout the loudest or fight the hardest, but by those who remain still while storms rage, by those who choose composure when others collapse, by those who protect their peace, by those who protect their peace even in the middle of battle. When you learn the power of not reacting, you unlock a freedom that no one can take from you because your emotions are no longer at the mercy of the world. They are fully in your hands. Emotions are energy. Direct them wisely. Every emotion you experience is not just a fleeting feeling. It is energy moving through your body and mind. Think of it like electricity. It can light up an entire city when directed properly, or it can burn everything to ashes if misused. Anger, sadness, frustration, excitement, joy, each one is each one is a current of energy. The problem is that most people do not recognize this. They treat emotions as masters instead of tools, and because of this, they are constantly pulled around by their moods. They pulled around by their moods and impulses. When anger shows up, they explode and destroy relationships. When sadness comes, they collapse into despair and stop moving forward. When frustration grows, they give up on their goals, thinking the struggle is too much. In these moments, they are not living, they are being lived. They are being lived by their emotions. But what many people fail to realize is that emotions are raw and natural energy. They are not inherently good or bad. What matters is how you choose to use them. Just as fire can cook your food or burn your house, emotions can either be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. The difference lies in direction. If you allow emotions to control you, they will destroy your peace. But if you learn to control and redirect them, they can become powerful source of strength, creativity, and growth. Take anger, for example. Anger often feels like a destructive force. It makes your heart pound. your breathing heavy, your body restless. Most people let that anger push them into shouting. Most people let that anger push them into shouting, fighting, or making reckless decision, fighting or making reckless decisions. But anger is also pure intensity. It is energy waiting to be used. Imagine pouring that fire into your training, in your studies, your business, or any goal you are pursuing. Suddenly, emotion that could have broken something now built something. Great athletes, great athletes, inventor, and leaders have often channeled. They channel their anger into discipline, using it as fuel to keep. They are using it as fuel to keep going when others would quit. Sadness too carries hidden power. When sadness arrives, it often feels heavy, like a weight pressing down on your chest. Most people try to escape it. Most people try to escape it either by numbing themselves with distractions or by falling into hopelessness. But sadness has a quiet gift. It slows you down and makes you reflect. In those moments of stillness, you can find creativity, wisdom, and depth. Many poets, artists, and thinkers have transformed sadness into masterpieces. They, they transformed they transformed them into masterpieces that touched millions of hearts. If you allow sadness to become a teacher instead of an enemy, it shows you truth about life, love, and things that matter most. Frustration is another powerful example. It often appears when things don't go your way, when effort doesn't match results, when life throws barrier after barrier in your path. Most people see frustration as a sign to quit, but frustration is not a dead end. It is a signal. It tells you that something needs to change, that your current method isn't working. If you choose not to react by giving up and instead pause and redirect that energy, frustration becomes fuel. Frustration becomes fuel for problem solving and resilience. It pushes you to think differently, to adapt, to, to find new solutions. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in science, business, and technology happened because someone got frustrated enough to search for a new path rather than accept defeat. Even excitement, which people usually consider positive, can be dangerous if uncontrolled. When excitement is not managed, it can push you to make impulsive choices, spending money recklessly, rushing into this, spending money recklessly, rushing into decisions, or trusting the wrong people. But when excitement is grounded and directed, it becomes motivation, enthusiasm, and passion that drive you toward success. Imagine how powerful you become. Imagine how powerful you become when you stop letting emotions dictate your actions and instead choose how to channel them. Instead of being a prisoner, instead of being a prisoner to your moods, you become their master. Instead of reacting blindly, you pause, recognize the emotion, Instead of reacting blindly, you pause, recognize the emotion for what it is, pure energy, and then decide where it should flow. The one who learns this skill no longer fears emotional storms because they know that energy storm carries hidden energy waiting to be harnessed, hidden energy waiting to be harnessed. When anger comes, they use it to push forward. When sadness comes, they use it to create. When frustration comes, they use it to grow. When joy comes, they use it to inspire. This is emotional mastery. It is not about suppressing what you feel or pretending to be emotionless. Suppression only makes emotions build up until they explode. True mastery is about awareness and direction. It is about saying, I feel this energy and I feel this energy and I choose how to use it. Just as a martial artist redirects, just as a martial artist redirects the force of an opponent, you can redirect the force of your own emotions with practice. You will begin to see that no emotion is wasted because each one can serve you if you know each one can serve you if you know how to guide it. Each one can serve you if you know how to guide it. The truth is you cannot control when emotions come. Life will always trigger you. Someone will upset you. Someone will upset you. Disappointment will strike. Unexpected challenges will appear. But you can always control what you do with those emotions. And once you learn that, you step, and once you learn that, you step into a level of strength. You step into a level of strength that few people ever experience because you know each one of anger or sadness is an opportunity disguised because you know each one of is an opportunity disguised as energy. This is the power of not reacting. It gives you to space to transform emotions. It gives you the space to transform emotions into tools to convert storms into fuel, to live not as a victim of your inner world, to live not as a victim of your inner world, but as its master. The pause that protects you, the pause that protects you between what happens to you and how you respond lies between what happens to you and how you respond lies a silent and sacred space. Sometimes the pause is the invisible shield that stands between you. It is invisible shield that stands between you and the chaos of your impulses. Think about how most think about how most people live. Someone says something offensive and instantly they lash out. A sudden problem arises and instantly they panic. Traffic builds up and instantly they honk. Instantly they honk, shout, and curse. They do not even realize that their lives are not nothing but a chain of reactions. The stimulus appears and they respond without thought. This makes them predictable, fragile, and easily controlled. This makes them easily predictable, fragile, and easily controlled by others. Anyone can press which button to press. Anyone can which button to press can manipulate them. Anyone know which button to press can manipulate them. All it takes is an insult, a delay, or a small inconvenience and they lose themselves. This is why so many people live in constant stress. Because of that, many people live in constant stress and regret because they do not recognize the power of pausing. Because they do not recognize the power of pausing before reacting. The pause is not weakness. It is not hesitation. It is not passivity. It is power. In that in that short silence, in that short silence, you give yourself a chance to breathe. You allow logic to rise above impulse. You create a space for choice. Without a pause, you are a slave to reflex. With a pause, you become the master of your response. And in life, it is not what happens to you that defines you. It is how you respond. Consider this. Most regrets in life come from words spoken too quickly, actions taken without thought, or decisions made in the heat of emotion. The angry message sent without thinking, the insult thrown back that escalated the conflict, the reckless choice made in excitement, the reckless choice made in excitement that later turned into regret. These things happen when we escaped the pause. The pause could have saved us because it would have given us time to ask, is this worth my energy? Is this worth my energy? Will this matter tomorrow? Will this choice help me? Will this choice help me or hurt me in the long run? Learning to pause is like building a muscle. At first, it feels unnatural. Your body wants to react immediately because that is what it has always done. But if you practice pausing even for 3 seconds, just long enough to take breath, you will notice how differently you begin to respond. Instead of shouting back, you stay quiet. Instead of panicking, instead of panicking, you calm yourself. Instead of quitting out of Instead of quitting out of frustration, you reflect. Over time, this becomes a habit and you begin to live from choice rather than impulse. The pause also protects your peace. Life is full of provocations, delays, arguments. Life is full of provocations, delays, arguments. Life is full of provocations, delays, arguments, misunderstandings, disappointments.